welcome to my kitchen. Alright, so I'm going to lighten things up today and I'm going to make a salad, but I am going to smoke a few things. I'm going to first start by smoking some pears wrapped in prosciutto, and I'm also going to smoke some pecans and some pickled beets. I'm going to throw them on the smoker. I've done everything else. I've made the salad before. The only thing I haven't done is smoked pickled beets. So this is going to be a little bit of a trial and error. Well, I'm going to give it a taste and let you know if it's actually a 2 thumbs up or 2 thumbs down. I'm going to start by just wrapping some pears in prosciutto. So just the standard little strips of prosciutto. I slice them in half. I've already cut up my pears into these like perfect little sticks. I'm going to put them on one piece of my prosciutto. Kind of leave it to one side, that way it makes it a lot easier to roll. And then you just roll it up like this. Put it aside on a plate. Get it ready for smoking. I'm going to do the same thing on this one. Just like this. Wrap it up so it's all nice and covered like that. Throw it on. I'm going to keep going with the pears and the prosciutto. And then when I get out to the smoker, I'll show you how I do it all. So my grill is heated to 180. I want it to be just on the smoke setting so that I can get a really nice smoke flavor into my prosciutto wrapped pears, my pecans, and my pickled beets. So I'm going to go ahead and throw them on. There you have my platter of pears and the pecans. I'm going to throw those on first. Then just some pickled beets. Already pickled, ready to go, sliced, quartered, and I'm going to throw those on. So I'm going to let it smoke for 30 minutes. I'm going to pull the beets off because that's all I want for them. The prosciutto, pears, and the pecans, I'm going to crank it up to 350 and let them go a little bit longer to toast the pecans and also get that prosciutto nice and crispy. While my smoker's going with all the rest of the food, I'm going to show you what I put in my simple vinaigrette. So I've got my nifty little salad dressing mixer. It's awesome. You just spin it like this and it does all the mixing for you. It's pretty cool. Alright, I am going to start with, I guess I should explain first. So for a simple vinaigrette, usually they recommend you add 3 tablespoons of oil to 1 tablespoon of vinegar. I like it a little bit more vinegary, so I add half and half, 1 to 1. So if you're not sure what you like better, you might want to start with 3 tablespoons of oil and 1 tablespoon of vinegar and taste as you go, and if you want to add more vinegar, you can do it. But for my recipe, I'm going to be doing half and half. So I've got 1/3 cup of olive oil. Throw that in. Perfect. Got 1/3 cup of apple cider vinegar. Throw that in there. And for seasoning, I have half a teaspoon of salt and half a teaspoon of pepper. Again, when you're done, you can taste it and see what you think. If you want to add more, you can, or you know what, you can also start with less if you're not a huge salt fan, and kind of taste as you go and add what you need. Okay, got that in there. I'm also going to add some Dijon mustard. About 1 tablespoon. I sometimes even add garlic to it, but this salad already has so much flavor going on that I'm going to keep it super simple. So that's good for the Dijon. And then I'm also going to add a tablespoon of honey. You can use maple syrup if you like to. Or if you're like on a low carb keto diet, you can always switch this up with a keto friendly sweetener. Alright, got that in there too. Perfect. Now I'm going to give it a mix. Put my lid on. Close the top and then give it a swirl, a couple swirls. This thing's awesome Because you know how oil, if you just put it in a container and you shake it, it will still, like the oil will still seep out and it gets all messy everywhere. Well, this thing, it does it all for you. It's perfect. Okay, I'm just going to give it a little sample just to see if there's anything I want to add. Maybe a little bit too much. Nope, it's perfect. It's just a little titch of sweet, and then you got your tang from your Dijon. The salt and pepper works perfectly. It's really good. And the acidity from that vinegar. So my salad dressing is ready. I'm going to set that aside. And once my my prosciutto wrapped pears and pecans and beets are all done smoking, I'm going to up the temp to 450, and then I'm going to throw on my tiger prawns, and I'll show you how I do that. Alright, so my pear wrapped in prosciutto and the pecans have been going for about 20 minutes at 350. So I'm going to pull them out now. They look really good. Close the lid and I'm going to crank it to 450 because I'm going to let that heat up to 450, and then I'm going to throw on my tiger prawns. So I preheated my grill to 450 now, and I'm going to go ahead and throw on my tiger prawns. I marinated them in about 1 tablespoon of lemon juice, 2 teaspoons of Sloppy Mama Cajun seasoning, 1 teaspoon of roasted garlic seasoning, 1 teaspoon of sweet paprika, and 1 teaspoon of olive oil, just to get it all so it kind of made a nice marinade. So I'm going to open my grill and throw them on. Just be careful that they don't fall through the grate. Alright, so the shrimps have been going for about 1.5 minutes each side at 450. It's only registering to about 400, so it's a little bit lower than what it should be. So that's why I left it on a bit longer. Usually it would only take about 1 minute a side to grill it, and then it's perfect. You don't want to overcook shrimp or it's going to taste rubbery. So I'm going to go ahead and pull them off. As you can see, they're very nice, like they're perfect. They've got a nice little grill mark on them. And you can tell they're still juicy. There you have it. There are my tiger prawns. They're all ready to go. I'm going to go inside and I'm going to plate my salad. Everything's done. I've got my pears wrapped in prosciutto that I smoked on my grill, as well as the pecans, which I don't think I mentioned, but I did coat them in melted butter. So I put about 1 tablespoon of melted butter and just a sprinkle of salt just to coat them a little bit before I smoke them. So they're perfect. They taste so good. I could almost eat those pecans just like popcorn. I've got my tiger prawns. They are incredible. So the only thing I added to them after I pulled them off the grill was about 1 teaspoon of butter, just to coat them nicely and give that little buttery flavor. And then I've also got my smoked pickled beets, which actually turned out really nice. Like, it takes away a little bit of the pickle flavor, but it adds this amazing smoke flavor. So if you're a smoke fan like I am, you'll probably like them. So I've got my spinach, and I also added some coleslaw just to add a little bit of crunch to it, so it tastes really nice. I've mixed it up already with some of my dressing to my liking, just enough to coat the spinach. I'm going to add that onto my plate. Perfect. So, I'm done with my lettuce. I'm going to add a couple of my Cajun tiger prawns on this side. I'm making it look pretty. All right. One more. Okay, now I'm going to add the beets on the opposite side, the smoked beets. Just a couple, just to add that awesome pickled beet flavor with the smoke. Oh, so nice. All right, so I'm done with the beets. I'm gonna add my pears wrapped in prosciutto. Just gonna throw them on the top. So I've got my pears wrapped in prosciutto on there, and I'm gonna add my smoked pecans. Just gonna add like just a couple here and there. They're gonna add such a nice crunch to this dish. Okay, I'm done with the pecans. I'm gonna add just some plain goat's cheese. I use a fork. It's the easiest way to crumble it up. Crumble it, and then you just sprinkle it on the top. Okay, so I've added my goat's cheese. Now I'm gonna add, because there's not enough cheese again, a little bit of Parmesan. Okay, and just a little bit. I'm gonna add just a little strip of balsamic glaze. You can buy it in the vinegar department in the grocery store, and I'm just gonna add a very small amount. It really goes nice with the prosciutto and the Parmesan and the pears. So that's why I wanted to add a little bit. All right, there you have it. This looks incredible and smells delicious, and I cannot wait to dig in. It is a meal on its own for sure. If you like what you saw, please like my page and also subscribe to my channel. I will be doing about 2 videos a week, so I hope you like what you saw.